Hello, everyone. It's me, Dr. Janet Rourke, the Essential Oil Vet, coming to you live. Hopefully this will work. For some reason, I could not see your guys' comments on the last one. So if you are super Facebook savvy and know why that happened, I would love it to hear your insights on that. I'm not really sure why that happened, but if you are hopping on here, let me know where you're from and what your favorite essential oil is. Hi, Stacy. Okay, I can see these comments now. So if you do have a question, please go ahead and post it below, and I will try to get to it, depending on how many people we have up on here. But this is kind of my backup plan, is to use this live streaming service called StreamYard is what it's called. And so if you ever have a problem with Facebook Live, like I just did, where you are going live and you can't see the comments, or you're going live and or you can't go live like I did for like 2 weeks earlier. I don't know why on this page I have so many problems, and in all my other pages I have 0 problems. It's very strange to me that Facebook can't seem to get right. So Rebecca says, what's the best way to get a horse oils like CoPilot internally, and how many drops do you think? So it depends on the oil. Like CoPilot, just 2 drops if everything's going good is totally fine. I've done up to 10 drops twice a day with horses of CoPilot, and it's a great, very safe oil. And I just mix it in with their feed. Usually that works really well. If they're going to go off their feed when you mix it with it, you can put it in a syringe and mix it with some applesauce or a little bit of molasses or honey and some oil, or you can and give it like a dewormer, like you would with a dewormer, just in their mouth, and give it that way. Or you can put a couple of drops on a treat and give it that way. There's a lot of different ways you can give oils internally to horses, but usually just mixing it with feed works really well. All right, Stacy's from New Jersey. Hi, you guys. Let's see. Okay, so Beth says, is there an oil for fatty tumor? And that is a benign thing that happens with some dogs, and it is, I usually use frankincense, and you can use a little bit of diluted grapefruit or wild orange with it. Kai says, Digestive saved my horse, and it's very true. I've saved lots of horses. It's a pretty amazing oil. Brooke says, best oil to help with the luxating patella. So luxating patellas happen because of poor conformation in the knees and lax tendons and ligaments in there. And so a lot of times you have to have surgery if it's just the way that their conformation is, in order to prevent it from happening a lot. But like oils that can help with inflammation and supporting the tendons can help sometimes. So things like the diluted massage blend, frankincense, copaiba, turmeric internally can help. All those are good choices. Franny says, are there any oils I should not diffuse around my parrot and dog? And yes, parrots, birds in general, have a different respiratory tract than other animals that are very sensitive. And so you want to be a little bit careful with those guys. Make sure you're diffusing like 2 to 3 drops at a time in your diffuser instead of more than that. And then they love citrus oils, so that's a really good choice. But as far as what not to diffuse, be careful with the hot oils. So like things like cinnamon and clove and cassia, oregano. I don't know anybody that really diffuses oregano really commonly, but unless you want your house to smell like pizza or spaghetti sauce, but just be careful with the hot oils. And the same thing with your dog. And then the other ones you want to be careful with are wintergreen and birch and melaleuca or tea tree oil. And the main thing with diffusing is what brand of oils that you're diffusing. That's really critical. There's only a couple of brands that are safe to diffuse around animals. Most of the stuff that's out there on the market today is very unsafe. So you want to just really be careful about what you're diffusing as far as the brand. Darlene says, hi from North Carolina. I'm in love with Tamer because it helped my cat. I actually really like the Digestive blend better than the New Kids Blend Tamer. This one does have spearmint in it, but it's super, super diluted, so it's probably safe every once in a while with cats. Obviously, it's safe for your kitty because it helped. Let's see. Beck says, I have a rabbit inside. What oils should we be careful diffusing around him? It's the same thing. So like, just stick with 2 to 3 drops in your diffuser and you can pretty much diffuse anything, but you can be careful with the oils that are really hot or that have antimicrobial properties because rabbits are hindgut fermenters. And so they rely on the bacteria in their gut to be able to digest the forage that they eat. So like their hay and like the alfalfa pellets or, different greens and things like that. And so if you disrupt that bacteria, it can cause stasis and it can be a real big problem with bunnies. So just be careful with those types of oils and make sure your bunny's on a probiotic and just use a small amount of just 1 or 2, 2, 3 drops at a time, and you should be okay. Robin says, dry skin on all my dogs. What can I do? I have a compulsive biter, so it's driving him crazy. If it's affecting all of your dogs, I would definitely look at like the food that you're feeding. A lot of times skin problems manifest themselves because of digestive problems. And so look at what you're feeding. Make sure you're giving a probiotic, a digestive enzyme, omega-3s. And you can always add in a little bit of coconut oil as long as your dog's not prone to pancreatitis. And for dry skin, you can definitely add in like some moisturizing type things like coconut oil is actually very moisturizing to skin. You can actually leave them a little bit greasy. So, you use it sparingly. But you can do a coconut oil mask after you bathe them. What are you bathing your dogs in? There's a lot of things that can cause that. And I would look at what is the cause of the dry skin before and address that as opposed to just trying to moisturize because they're going to continue to have that problem until you address the underlying cause, which usually is digestive. But if you really want to use an essential oil mixed with coconut oil or another moisturizing oil, then you can definitely use something like Roman chamomile is excellent, very moisturizing. Other oils are a little bit more drying. So you need to be careful with maybe things like frankincense can be a little bit drying sometimes and that sort of thing. So I would definitely start with some Roman chamomile and some coconut oil. Let's see here. Lots of these I can't talk about. Yeah. Okay. So Jessica is asking about itchy feet with dogs, and that's the same thing. So if you've got skin stuff going on, and that does include the feet, like they're licking their feet a lot, then it's probably digestive, or you've got some other things going on. Doing paw soaks can help. You can use a little bit of apple cider vinegar or colloidal silver and a drop or 2 of lavender or Roman chamomile in 2 cups of water, warm water, and soak their paws in that, and that can help. You got to look at the digestive health though. Again, omega-3s, digestive enzymes, probiotics. I sound like a broken record, but it's because I talk about this stuff all the time, you guys. And making sure that your dog is on a species appropriate diet, making sure that they're getting enough water, and addressing, omega-3s are really, really helpful with a lot of these skin conditions, you guys. So for itchy feet though, if they're maybe allergic to something that they're walking through, like pollen in their grass or something like that, you can always wipe off their paws when they come in. I'll come inside with like a microfiber cloth. I like Norwex for that. They're really great. And their microfiber is small enough to actually pick up pollen and bacteria and things like that. So it's a really good choice. And then making sure that there isn't something else going on is really what I would look at, Jessica. Well, Okay, this is probably a little borderline because it's talking about a disease, but Rachel's dog has loose stool for about a week. They've been using the Digestive blend and have moved to a chicken and rice diet with no relief. You would definitely probably want to look at your take your dog into the vet and make sure she's hydrated if you haven't done so already. But definitely with the Digestive blend, you can apply it up to every 2 hours diluted. So the roller bottle is a really good one to try for that. And then adding in pumpkin can sometimes help as well. So that's where I would start. But definitely take your animal into the vet and see if there's a reason for it, and treating the cause of it, whether it's bacterial or parasitic, is what oils to use is going to depend on what is actually causing that kind of situation. Let's see. Stephanie from Nova Scotia. Hi, I was just there. My cat had a surgery, and she's wondering if with the incision, if to heal that, do you wait until the stitches are removed, or can you apply oils? And the answer is kind of both. So you don't want to apply oils directly over sutures or staples at all. But you can put them around it. The cool thing about oils is they absorb into the skin and they're used by the body where they're needed. And so instead of putting it directly on the incision, you can definitely use some diluted lavender or helichrysum or myrrh around that incision, not directly on the sutures, to help promote healing and keep that kitty happy. So hopefully that will help. Let's see. Oh, so there's some coughing in a pig barn at the FFA pig barn from Jackie. Respiratory support safe for pigs. So pigs are a lot like people, actually, as far as their biology goes. And so because pigs are like close to the ground, and it's always a lot of times really dusty, and they have short little legs, and so they're on the ground a lot. They're really prone to respiratory issues in general. Honestly, there's a lot of pigs that have a lot of respiratory problems. So I think respiratory support would be really, really helpful. Diffusing things like the respiratory blend or cardamom, rosemary, even the protective blend can be helpful in those situations. You just want to make sure that, I don't know how big your barn is or how many hogs you have in there, but you can do it. Just make sure it's in an area where your piggies can't get to it. Now, pigs are really smart. They like to climb on things. They can reach through things. So sometimes that's a little bit tricky, trying to find a place where they can get the benefit, but it's far enough away from them where they can't get into trouble and knock it down or try to eat the diffuser, which is also really common. So let's see. Let's see here. Joint support for older animals, really not just dogs, but any older animal can really benefit from frankincense, copaiba, and turmeric. And then I love diluted aroma touch over specific joints that are particularly ouchy. I also highly recommend giving a supplement of glucosamine, chondroitin, and MSM. In a lot of cases, that's really helpful. Some people like to add in vitamin C. It's really good for joints. I actually have a full day in my 7-day Happy Healthy Dog Challenge, which you can get in the Learning Center, which the link to that is essentialoilvet.com/learning. And you can hop in on that class. It's really awesome. It's $97. It's a 7-day long course. And once you purchase it, you have lifetime access. But the one full day is dedicated to joint support and muscle support in dogs, particularly older dogs, but also active working dogs as well. And we kind of go through each of these supplements and why they're good and which ones I recommend specifically, and the different oils that can help with that as well. So definitely check that out. In addition to what I just told you, it goes into a lot more detail and why, and it's really beneficial for a lot of people that have dogs. So go check that out, you guys, in my Learning Center. Once again, the link to that is essentialoilvet.com/learning. Go check it out. I think you guys will really like that one. Let's see. Phyllis says juniper berry for my dog's liver. Yeah, juniper berry is great. It's very supportive of the liver and kidneys in general and the urinary tract and the hepatic system. And I love it. It's a great detoxification oil. You can also use the detoxification blend, which has juniper berry in it. Really, really good for that. Let's see. Hi, Deborah. Sorry, I don't know why I couldn't see your guys' questions on the regular thing. Maybe I should just use StreamYard. Do you guys like this StreamYard where I can post your questions that I'm answering so you can read them? Is that helpful? Do you like it better? I don't get as much. I think people don't see it quite as much because I don't have as many people on as usual. So there's a little bit of a trick there, but I know you guys will share this if you like it or you think you find somebody who has has questions about that. So let's see. Yeah, a lot of you guys are asking the same question. So if you missed the part where I talked about like a certain thing tonight that you missed, just go ahead and watch the replay. I'm not going to go over it again. So you guys seem to like it. Okay. Well, maybe I'll start doing it this way. It seems to be a little bit more reliable than just going straight on Facebook. Plus, I think it's kind of cool that I can post the pictures. So sorry about no makeup and no glasses today. I just got out of the shower. So I hope you guys have an awesome week. It is awesome to talk to you tonight. And I will see you guys next week. Same time, same place. I think I'm just going to I think I'm just going to go live from StreamYard from now on because it seems to be working really well. So, all right, guys, bye.